Come on, girls.
I'm too young. I don't remember it.
You're too young. Get lost.
I like barely remember it. Well, we have gone live, with the instruct. We were just trying to work out if that's Dynasty or I think it's
That's
Dynasty.
Dallas.
Oh, is it
Maybe.
Dallas?
I don't know actually.
No, we were just saying, for anyone who thinks we're obviously mad and we've just kind of logged on to we are mad, obviously. Yeah, you don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps. But this sort of format, because I've not had three people on this software before, and it just kind of reminded me of the intro of Dallas, when you get the three faces of like the same character that comes up. So yeah, that's why we started with that theme tune for anyone that's interested.
I don't even know if that is Dallas or what.
I don't know. Yeah, someone let us know in the comments. Fran's joined us. She said, evening. I need to log on. So some comments will obviously come through because we're obviously simultaneously streaming live on Facebook at the same time. So some will come through on Facebook, some will come through on YouTube. It's all right, but you guys have been on the new software anyway, so teaching you how to suck eggs. So I'm going to try and log in. But evening, everyone. We are here. We are live for another episode of Never Mind the Buy Box. And I have two very special guests with me this evening. I have the lovely Karen Hutson and
the lovelier Matt.
Do you know what? I said it round the wrong way then. I meant to say the lovely Matt Webley and then the lovelier Karen Hutson. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a busy one tonight because obviously we've got some exciting announcements to make. Things have been changing in the world of online arbitrage deals, so we're going to come on to that in a moment. But how are you both?
I was going to say I'm fantastic. Thank you very much.
How are you?
Huh?
Yeah. I was asking Natalie how she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. It's been we're coming to the end. I was talking to Holly earlier actually about it. I made a bit of a miscalculation this week. I thought the kids were going back to school this week, but they're not. It's next week. So yeah, I know. Well, my daughter doesn't start until the week after that anyway, because it's, first school. So they're starting a little bit later. But when you've kind of prepared your week for one scenario, and then when you make the realization, that it's not going to happen. It's a bit like I've been moving stuff and getting ready for kind of Q4, going crazy on bundles, and I've got getting lots of new packaging. So I had meetings that I've had to rearrange for meetings, obviously with you, Matt, and, lots of different stuff going on. And I think, oh God.
Well, there's the Elite Sellers Academy coming out. That's not going to be delayed, is it?
No. It's just one of those things where you just sort of like think, oh my, how did I have? But then when you think about it, the kids and anyone that's watching will absolutely know this. The kids have been off now for 6 months.
Time to get back to school, kids. Time to get back to school.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is another week when they've been off for 6 months?
Yeah, true. Sean Paul Gilbert's just said, boom, Unit 2 nearly done, ready for Q4 now. Haha. Can Karen give out tips how to prevent my account from getting suspended? Yeah, we'll probably talk about some of that stuff in a bit. But what I want to know is who's here and where's everyone from? We've not asked that in forever, have we, on Never Mind the Buy Box? Is everyone in the UK or do we have any American friends here? Let us know in the comments where you're from.
Who is it? Someone, Nairi says, yeah, it's Dallas. So just to confirm, I was saying it was Dynasty, but it's actually Dallas. Yeah. So thanks for confirming that.
You know what it is as well? What we've not talked about, what we've not mentioned, it's the 1 year anniversary.
Oh God, yeah, that's sorry. I got distracted. I got distracted by Dallas and the kids. So yeah, it is. It's happy birthday to Never Mind the Buy Box.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, absolutely. So Matt, you start and we'll join in.
Happy birthday to you. Go on then, girls.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Never Mind the Buy Box.
Happy birthday to you.
We're not going to be getting picked for Britain's Got Talent anytime soon, I think, with that type of rendition.
Britain's got too much talent over here. They couldn't handle it.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's been a year since we started this.
Wow, time flies. Half of the year has been, in fact, most of that has that mostly been lockdown then, or about half of it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, 6 months. 6 months has been in, full on COVID. And then the 3 months before that was Q4. And then, we started 6 weeks or so before Q4. Because I remember exactly when we started. It was, Matt, when you went away and Karen and I decided to do a live while you were away and, talk about all things Amazon. And I think, everyone seemed to enjoy it. And I can't remember who suggested it. We're like, okay, well, let's do this kind of on a weekly basis, and the rest is history. And it's grown so much. We regularly get on a live up to about 70 people kind of watching, which I'd never thought we'd be able to kind of attract that. I know it's a big group and everything, but people taking the time to watch the information about Amazon, I just never thought that not that we'd never be doing it still in a year's time, but that people would still be interested. So it's great.
No, it's steadily growing, and it's not just the people that watch live; it's the people that watch after as well, which is usually hundreds of views, which is cool because it's only the serious sellers that watch this. Do you know what I mean? It's the people that are serious about selling. It's the people serious about learning, and it's like you don't get the people that would rather be watching Netflix watching this. So even whether it's 20, 30, 40 or 50 people that watch it or hundreds of people, it's still the best of the best watching this. And that's what I love about it. You guys are putting your business first and not blooming doing all the other things that could distract you, such as watching the news and all the nonsense on there or watching Netflix and all that stuff. But yeah, so it's great to have you all here. Ruth's from North Yorkshire, Ray's from the future. And Paul says, hi, guys. How is everyone? Good.
Yeah.
Stephen says, Matt with the truth bombs. There you go.
Yeah, Matt with the truth bombs. Yeah.
Matt. Yeah, sorry. I thought he said man. I was going to say that must be
Matt with the truth bombs. I'm trying to watch this, and I'm trying to watch the YouTube feed, and I'm trying to watch the one that gives you the names. It's like super confusing, kind of watching everyone. But yeah, there we go.
I'm watching it on my phone. I've just got Facebook on my phone.
There's no way around it. There's definitely no way around it. I've tried everything. The best way is just to watch it on your phone. 100%.
Yeah.
But so, should we start with a little bit of kind of Amazon news? I don't know.
Yes, let's do the Amazon news.
Yeah, let's do Amazon news. Well, do you know what? There's not been a huge amount that's been going on. I think because there's been so much kind of going on before then anyway. Just a few little updates, but they are literally little updates in the sense that I know that there's a lot of people have been struggling with creating shipments today because Seller Central just seems to have died effectively. And yeah, people are kind of getting frustrated. It keeps throwing you out, giving error messages. Sometimes you're adding listings, creating a shipment, it's deleting the listings. So, kind of first and foremost, I just sort of say to everyone, just chill, just chill. Start again. If it's not, you're not going to get a shipment out today anyway. So just sometimes with a case of Amazon and Amazon software, it can get really super glitchy sometimes. And I always think just kind of finish what you're doing, hit the reset button and start again tomorrow. I think that's the best way. And a lot of their bugs and that seem to get fixed overnight. But I don't know if they're doing, the only thing I sort of worry about when we see kind of glitches like this is their sort of algorithmic updates or something like that. Normally when we see it getting a bit glitchy, it means that they're playing around with something. And, I don't think I can take any more Amazon algorithmic updates, in 2020. It's been changed so many times to take into account, everything we had with Q4, then COVID, then non-essential goods, then price gouging, and then all of these different types of things that have affected how the buy box is being represented and whether it's suppressed and that type of thing. So it will be nice just to see it all kind of calm down for a period.
Yeah,
we don't want it to calm down. It's Q4. We want it to go bonkers.
No, we want it. Yeah, we want it to go bonkers. We definitely want it to go bonkers. And actually, this is something I'd like to throw out because I've not personally seen the information myself, but I did see that it was posted in Secret Wealth, and I'm really sorry, I can't remember who posted it. So apologies if you're watching tonight, about the fact of Seller Fulfilled Prime might be coming to the end of its I don't know, it's love affair with Amazon, I suppose. It's almost, it feels like they've taken they've given sellers more of an opportunity or a longer period of time to deliver goods, which essentially just means that it's merchant fulfilled but more expensive. So, you know, all the benefit of being Seller Fulfilled Prime was you got the Prime badge, of course, but I don't know if people are going to purchase from the Seller Fulfilled Prime lot with the Prime badge if the delivery says 4 days. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I ordered something yesterday, day before yesterday, whenever it was, Prime delivery, and it was yesterday, day before yesterday, I can't remember, and it's not coming till Friday. It's like, excuse me, Friday?
Were you on your phone or were you on your laptop when you ordered?
I can't remember. I think I was on my laptop. I can't remember.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if that could be one of the new Seller Fulfilled Prime, because when you're on your phone, you can't really tell the difference. And, you know, when you're in ordering mode, I don't generally shop on Amazon. You know, Matt shops on Amazon all the time, but I don't generally shop on Amazon. So I think when you're sourcing as opposed to selling, purchasing on Amazon, you tend not to look at the seller, you know, if it's Amazon or a third party seller or whatever. But yeah, that definitely could be an example of if it is a third party seller as opposed to Amazon, that they have allowed this kind of extension of Seller Fulfilled Prime. So it could be a result of that. But, you know, I think Amazon is changing in ways and is going to continue to change over Q4. And, you know, we just need to keep updated with everything. And I don't know if with longer delivery, if there is, I still see benefits of Seller Fulfilled Prime, of doing it even with the longer delivery and it being more expensive. I do see the benefits of that, because obviously you're not waiting for inventory to be sent in. You're not potentially getting damaged by it being sent by another courier into Amazon and then onto the customer. It's going to the customer direct. You're in control of your returns a little bit more. So there are still going to be added benefits. But I think especially for Q4, a lot of people had kind of pinned their hopes on Seller Fulfilled Prime giving them a bit of an advantage. But I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Absolutely. Watch this space.
I'm going to hit the comments. Peter Sally says, "No, it's also your accent, Matt, that I watched this." It's a North. No, I'm a Midlander, aren't I? I'm a Midlander. So that's Midlands in the UK. Jed says, "Evening and all." Good evening, Jed. Chippo here. Hello. Aidan. Wow, triple whammy. Cool. Nice to see Aidan. Vlad's in the house. Good evening, Vlad, with his hand in the air doing that emoji. That I don't even know what emoji that is.
That's waving.
Wave. Oh, it's a waving emoji. I thought it was like I don't know. Sean says, "I cleared out someone's warehouse in Feb before he went to America. Gave me loads of calendars. They selling fast already now." Wow.
Yeah. Advent calendar. I literally made a YouTube video on Advent calendars today and some of the things to look out for and whatnot. So that's definitely going to be one to watch. Advent calendars. We are full on in Advent calendar season. If you see any Advent calendars, check them out on Amazon. You know, and think outside the box when you're looking at Advent calendars. It's not always the Lego ones. It's not always the chalky ones that sell. You can find some really niche Advent calendars that sell really well for some great profits. So definitely worth looking into those over the next few weeks and months.
Vegan one.
I saw that post that you did, Natalie.
Oh, what? About the Advent calendars?
Yeah, and you mentioned gin Advent calendars. I didn't even know that was a thing. I got very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you know what? My Matt it's so typical of him. I think I remember he's always, I suppose it's the thought that counts. I think about halfway through December last year, or we were talking about advent calendars or something like that. Or we saw it somewhere or something. And he said, because I, do like a glass of gin, obviously. And he goes, do you know what? Oh, I saw this gin advent calendar that had like a different flavor, obviously for every day, like a little tipple. And he said, he said, I was going to buy it for you, but I wasn't sure if you'd like it or not. And I thought, well, I like gin and I like Christmas. And who doesn't like advent calendars? It was just the way he said it. It was a bit like, I was going to, but, I suppose it's the thought that counts. Or lack of.
I've just had a thought. Ready? Da, 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 da. Right. Sorry. Andy says, you're right, Natalie. If I see a delivery date of 4 days, I just move to the next seller and find the fastest. What I find most interesting about that is you're an Amazon seller. You're an addicted Amazon seller, Nat, that loves selling on Amazon. Like it's your life. You love it. But you don't buy on Amazon. What is that all about?
Because it's too expensive. So
it's not the price for me, but I'm the same. Like we do well from Amazon, even though we don't sell directly on Amazon. We do well from supplying tools and stuff to you guys. But it's like I don't buy on Amazon. It's like we I don't know what that is. It's strange.
No, I know exactly the reason why I don't buy on Amazon is because anything that I would buy on Amazon, I would be probably sourcing to sell on Amazon anyway. So I'm getting the best possible price. I'm a little bit of a, I'm not a bargain hunter. Sorry, I am a bargain hunter. But I am a bargain hunter, but I'm also happy to pay for convenience as well. I kind of sit somewhere in the middle. So for me, anything that I would ordinarily buy on Amazon, I would buy from I buy from the source, and I would buy from wherever an online arbitrager would buy it. Whereas my Matt has an Amazon delivery every day because he is the absolute crux of an Amazon buyer. It's split. You've got your price focused and you've got your convenience buy. Matt's a convenience buy. He's happy to pay over the odds for something to have it there the next day. So
every day, what can you buy every day?
You have to ask him. Honestly, we have an Amazon delivery every single day to my house. I have got our bank account, Amazon. I do not know what comes, honestly.
Amazon in and Amazon out constantly, just like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the yin and yang of the Amazon world. But I think that's what it comes down to. And it's very rare that I do buy off of it. I've bought, like, I can count on my hand the amount of times I've personally bought on Amazon or told Matt to buy on Amazon. It's not got, and like I said, the things that he buys on Amazon are your typical kind of PL products. Whereas I don't buy those type of products. So,
I'll tell you what, I'm like you. I think we've discussed this before, but I tend to aim for, if it's non-branded products, I tend to buy on eBay of all places because I find their prices better. And usually delivery is great and it's convenient. I just really like to buy on eBay. But I tell you what, I've been put off recently. I bought a Philips Sonicare toothbrush head before we went to Spain. And I took it to Spain. I needed a new toothbrush head. It's the only one I had. And I put it in my mouth. And I don't know if you know what a Sonicare is. It's an electric toothbrush. And it vibrated off my toothbrush into my mouth and stayed in my mouth. And then I kept putting it back on the head. It kept vibrating into my mouth. And it just came off. Anyway, I'm like, this don't seem right. Turns out it was a fake. I bought a fake. Yeah, it was a fake. I bought a fake Philips Sonicare toothbrush head. So and
that was on Amazon or eBay?
No, eBay. So that's made me go, oh, okay, maybe I need to look at elsewhere. I know Amazon have a problem with counterfeits every now and again, but yeah, that was dangerous because that could have choked somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if a child was using it or something like that. Yeah.
100% fake as well, because I ordered a proper one from Philips' own website, like when I got back, and it had engraved wording on the head, and the metal was different on the inside, and it was 100% fake. Mm-hmm. I emailed the seller, and he said that no, it's not fake, it's discount, and something else or something like that, discounting bankrupt warehouse stock. So I don't know, but it weren't. It was a fake, 100%. So random tangent story that nobody needed to know there.
No, but I always find things like that definitely help with, with letting people know certain types of things. And I know you didn't buy it from eBay, but it's a really good example because, I know you didn't buy it from Amazon, but it's a really good example because probably that seller probably sells on Amazon, I would have thought as well. Most sellers that sell those type of things do, but it's a good lesson as to why you should never commingle your stock, with people, because you could essentially be sending your stock in to be mixed in with sellers like that. Yes, I know Matt didn't buy on Amazon, but still there's a good chance that those type of sellers are going to be selling on the same platforms.
Yeah. It weren't even cheap though. That's the thing. It wasn't cheap. Like it was, if I'd have bought 4 heads, I think the 4 heads were like 20 quid from the Philips website, and 1 head from eBay was a £5. So it's not like I even got it cheap. Like it just fake and it didn't work, which was annoying, but hey ho. Back to the comments for a second. Bao says Prime hasn't gone back to normal since COVID. Is that what you're seeing, that?
Well, I don't order from them, so.
Okay.
And we always have a delivery every day, so who knows? It might have been 4 days, it might have been 1 day. I don't know. Matt's the man to ask on that.
Matt says spoilt. Ray, your Matt, that is to spoil. Yes, Ray's doing that. I think he's shocked at how often Matt buys. Andy says, I'm the opposite. Most of the products I use now are from sourcing rather than because I would choose those brands normally. You should see all the stuff in my bathroom. You could probably name all the stores they're from.
That would be good. We should do like a cribs version of looking in people's bathrooms, and we'll get a seller on, we'll have a look in their bathroom cupboards and try and work out what they've paid for each item and where they've sourced it from.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, maybe not.
I give that show a miss.
Yeah. Damn. I thought I had a unique ID there. I did.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. I'm only kidding. You could do it now. We'll look around your bathroom if you like. No, didn't think so. Bao says, yeah, the Philips toothbrush heads are notorious for counterfeits. eBay. I didn't know that. So I wish I didn't talk to Bao first.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, YouTube comments. We've got some YouTube comments too.
Yeah. Actually, sorry. Yeah, I should be reading the YouTube comments because I don't know if you guys can see the YouTube comments. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, we can. I'm on Holly's tiny little laptop, and it says, John's watching from YouTube. He says, I'd rather be watching Netflix, but then he comments a couple more times, so we know you're lying, John. Luke says, even in all...
I think the only thing, well, I love Netflix. I've got to be honest. It is my guilty pleasure. I do give myself a little Netflix treat every now and then. When you just really get into something. But I really will give a serious recommendation for Netflix that anyone's that watch, and I don't know if either of you guys have watched it, is the Michael Jordan story on Netflix, The Last Dance. I don't know if anyone's watched that. Phenomenal. 100%.
Is it about dancing?
No, it's about basketball. Michael Jordan.
You didn't say Michael Jordan.
Oh, didn't I say Michael Jordan?
Oh, I didn't know you said Michael Jordan. I thought you said something else. Sorry. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to go. I won't go into detail, but it's about the Chicago Bulls and how they won all these tournaments. But it really dives deep into his mindset and why he's considered to be one of the greatest sports people of all time, and how he achieves that, how he motivates people, all mindset and everything. 100%.
I would have gave that a skip normally, just because I would have thought it was American based, and like I love American based stuff, but when it's sports, we don't know.
I can see a couple of comments coming in. Bao saying Chicago Bulls, and Steven saying amazing. And it really was. I knew nothing about basketball whatsoever, and it's not really it is about basketball, but you don't need to be a basketball or a sports fan to appreciate. Cool. But definitely recommendation if anyone watches it. It's really motivating. Really motivating.
We're watching The Fall at the moment. Have you watched that?
I watched the first season. Yeah.
It is not motivating. Quite the opposite.
It's not. Have you seen that one, Karen?
No.
No.
Karen,
That's a good one as well. It is a good one, definitely.
Karen doesn't have time for Netflix. She's too busy taking over the world.
Absolutely.
Really?
Which we will come on to in a moment, because I know a few people, but yeah, a couple of people agreeing with me there, saying it's a really good watch, and it really is. Highly recommend it. If you know, when you run out of things to watch, give it a go. It really took me by surprise.
Moses says, yes, seen it. It's amazing. I assume that's your program and not the program we were on about. And Zam says on YouTube, says, good point about commingled Nat. And Donna Connolly says, hello. That's the YouTube ting. And then on the Facebook thing, it's so fangled, dangled, futuristic 2020, isn't it? We're on Facebook, live streaming Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Chippo says, how far away is... Oh, no, hang on. I'll go back a little bit. Stephen says, amazing series, The Last Dance. Russell says, yes, halfway through watching The Last Dance, loving it so far. So, yeah, it's some strong recommends. Chippo says, how far away is the BuyBot Pro app? You know what? Just before we came on, I posted an update in the BuyBot Pro Facebook group. We got a message from the BuyBot Pro Android dev tonight that's saying that the latest APK updates are not bugs that they're fixing. They are us pixel pirating, as we call it, or tweaking. So we're tweaking bits. So his opinion is that we are very, very, very close to the Android version of BuyBot Pro mobile app coming out. So I know we've said coming soon, but for the dev to say none of that was bugs, all of that is tweaking, that's a good news, because now I'm going to do some tweaking and bug fixing if we can find any. And if we can get to the point whereby I'm happy with it and Karen's happy with it, then out it goes to you guys. It'll be in beta officially, but we're not putting any buggy stuff out. We're putting stuff that we've tested and tweaked. So there's always going to be hiccups with new software. We accept that. Amazon Seller Central literally going down today or whatever. It happens, and it'll be the case. But this is so much further forward than anything else we've put out on a device. So super close. Super, super close, okay? There you go.
And I mean, it sounds like it's super close. It sounds like
really close.
Yeah. And just to re-clarify, I'm not giving anything away here when I say it's, the BuyBot Pro mobile is going to be included with this subscription.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember. I was like kind of giving it away, so I can shout that now. So it's worth waiting for. It's going to be included, guys.
It's going to be included. The BuyBot Pro app is going to be absolutely included with your subscription. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to anyway. But we're not releasing just BuyBot Pro app. We're releasing 2 apps. So people that just do RA, they will be able to get Skewify, which will be pretty much exactly the same as the BuyBot Pro app, but obviously you have to pay for it because you don't have BuyBot Pro. That'll be just for people that do RA. So Skewify will be out there at the same time, probably, or very much roughly the same time as BuyBot Pro app. So they'll both be going out, and then you've got BuyBot Pro, then you get it the app free with your subscription. If you don't have BuyBot Pro and you don't do OA, you only do RA, then you can get Skewify. So
absolutely. There's definitely a percentage of people out there who just he's got his phone. He's gonna.
This is my phone. I'm not flexing. On
You're totally flexing.
I saw you flexing the other day, Nat, doing that. You were like this, holding it so unnaturally. Like, look, it's my iPhone 11.
Well, it's paid for by my airtime rewards, by the way.
Yeah, so are you okay? It's okay to flex a little bit. Listen, this is my phone. This is not my phone. This is a £300 Android phone that we bought just to develop this app and test it and stuff. Shall I spin it round?
Yeah, do it. What's it showing though? It's showing Skewify.
Do you want me to
drumming? Here we go.
And show you Skewify, what Karen's just been talking about, the retail arbitrage app.
Yeah.
That is ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Have we got anyone?
Yeah, we're ready. Was it purple? Is it purple?
It's purple.
Oh. That looks good.
It's not, for some reason, it's not.
No, we can. Yeah, I can sort of see it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold it there. There we go. That looks awesome. That looks awesome.
Yeah, it's not. I can't show you everything yet. There's a couple of tabs that are super amazing. But we're getting there. We're getting real close now, folks.
I literally can't wait to get my hands on that. And I can't wait to get my hands on that for a very specific reason. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but yeah, I want to get my hands on that and have a little play with it. Definitely.
This our app that we're developing now, you'll have seen a lot of this stuff in other apps, but because there's been retail arbitrage apps around forever, especially the Americans have done a really good job of retail arbitrage apps. But you won't have seen some of the functions that are in our app anywhere else in the world. Of course, it'll get copied. Everything we do gets copied, being copied every day. But we are originators of this stuff. And wait till you see it blow you away. You'll love it. But anyway, we didn't come on to talk about that, did we?
No.
What else are we going to talk about? What else do you want to talk about Amazon news-wise, Nat? Have we got anything news-wise?
That's kind of it, really. I think a few people have, I've seen had the Netherlands marketplace pop up and a few odds and sods kind of sales here, there, and everywhere for that. I think it's going to be a real test to see what's going to happen with that marketplace over Q4. But we've got the Austrian marketplace is going to be coming soon. But apart from that, there's not a huge amount of news that's happened in the last kind of week. There's been a new partnered carrier service to do with pallets, but I'm going to kind of save that for next week when Luke's on, because Luke ships a lot through pallets. So I think he's the right person to come on and let us know about that. So we'll be getting a full update from Luke on next week on comparing the new partnered carrier service, because, I mean, he's going nuts at the moment. We're sending stuff.
Is that Luke Dugan?
It is Luke Dugan, who I spoke. Lovely Luke from Lithuania, who I spoke to today. So yeah,
Lithuanian Luke.
Lithuanian Luke
Dugan. Right, back to Holly. She's laughing. She's laughing. I don't know why she's laughing. Matt says, "I like a prime parcel a day." We know. Jesus. Yeah. I've never heard anything like it. I think you've got an addiction, Matt. Ray Nation says, no, it was your Dallas theme tune singing, Matt. I don't know what he means now. What was he referring to? It was a while ago that he put it up, I think.
Let me try. Yeah, I'll try and find the comment where
Paul's saying, through the keyhole, never mind the buy box special. He's on about your
there we go. Through the keyhole.
Jed says, Karen and Matt, any updates on when the PPP automations for ROI and profit will go live?
Well, do you know what? We were really, really close to making it live for beta testers, like minutes away from making it live. And then we had a bit of a brainwave about what we could do differently that would make it so much more awesome. So much more awesome. And we were like, we just got to do it. We got to do it before we make it live. So we went from literally 10 minutes from sending it out to beta testers to coming up with something that you guys are going to love with it. Really, really love it. It's going to make it amazing. And so they're working, the devs are working on that now, fitting it into place what we want. So I would think it'll be another week or two, something like that, I would think. I'd guess. Wouldn't you, Matt? Something like that.
I don't know if he's meaning custom strategies and automations, or if he means
custom strategies. That won't be ready in a week or two. That we're still working on. But we're just talking about the automated mins and maxes. So we could put it live as we've got it now, but the extra feature that we're building in is so good, and it will really help with setting it all up as well. So I think we should just hold fire until we've got that set up, I would say, because I think it'll be so much nicer to use as well.
Again, it's real close, but it's something else because we are putting custom strategies and automations in there, and we've actually hired additional devs, great cost to ourselves, to bring that to you faster as well. So we keep reinvesting everything. We don't make anything from PPP. You can probably tell from the price. We don't make a penny from it. In fact, quite the opposite. We have buried ourselves into the red to create that software as good as it is already, but we're burying ourselves even further into the red to make it as good as it can be. But obviously, your price will never go up. Whatever you pay pay whatever you join at, you pay forever. So that's not your problem. I'm just telling you, we invest everything that comes in and more into making PPP the best it can be, and we continue to do that. And we've just literally hired another dev to do that. So,
yeah.
Bowles says Chicago Bulls. Stephen says amazing series, The Last Dance. Russell Blight says yes, halfway through watching The Last Dance, loving it so far. So
you've gone back on comments, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, I've not. Have I? Oh, maybe I
thought you'd already said that.
Jed replying to Jed. It says on my phone. Mega excited. Donna says hello. We'll put Last Dance on my watch list. I'm new on BBP and OAD, so I'm really looking forward to Karen's part. Loving the software so far. Wow, we're going to get to that in a minute. Well, shortly, Donna. OAD 2.0. We'll talk about that in a minute. Andy says you're such a tease. It's almost ready. I know. Sorry, Andy. We are working. So many things are going to go live all at the same time. So if you feel like things have been a bit quiet on development front, it's because we've been investing time, money, effort, and so heavily for so long that loads of things are going to all happen at once. So if it feels like we've been quiet and we've only been doing little tweaks here and there, we've been working on big stuff. And the big stuff, it's like a bus. You wait for a bus, no buses come along, and then all of a sudden 3 buses come along at once, and it's going to be very much like that. So sit tight. You're going to love the stuff that's coming real soon. Ray says the eyes. I don't know what that
no, I know what he means. I'll just clarify that. I think he gave you the emoji where it goes like that when you were singing your Dallas theme tune.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay. Jed says any teasers on Doddled. Jed, the name has got to change. We are changing the name of Doddled. We can't call it Doddled because of trademark issues. There's no issue right now, but basically, long story short, we went to register the trademark, thinking there'd be no issues, genuinely believe there'd be no issues, and people opposed it. And we decided rather than fight it, because we've not even launched to any paying customers yet, we'll just change the name. So no teasers or anything like that, but yeah, Doddled is going to be called something else that we'll probably decide on and let you know this week. But we are working ferociously. We've added more devs to Doddled as well, haven't we, Karen?
Yeah.
Working ferociously on getting that right for you.
You'll have to. I was going to say you'll have to refer to it as the software formerly known as Doddled.
Yeah. You're right. The software formerly known as Doddled.
Until you've got a new name.
But the plans we've got for that will blow you guys' minds. And the surprise we've got in store to reward you guys' loyalty as well. You're gonna it's just gonna be that emoji, mind-blowing emoji. You wait and see, folks. We are not messing around. We are not playing. We are working so hard behind the scenes, investing time, money, effort, blood, sweat, tears, and plenty of them. Andy says, liking the new look on the OAD interface. We'll get to that shortly. Kat says, sounds like. Have you not seen it now?
No, I've not. I've not seen anything. I don't know anything. I'm here like a viewer waiting, for the information. So let's stop talking about all the stuff that's coming. Let's talk about the stuff that's here.
Let me just finish these because they roll off the screen and I'll never see them again. Okay. So Kat says, sounds like the app devs are certainly worth the wait, particularly for the enhancements. Thanks, folks. Yeah, working hard. Peter says, can you teach your VAs a little bit of German as well?
I don't know what that means.
Nyari says there's an educational service called Doddle. That's probably why you faced opposition. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. There's loads of people. There's loads of people with Doddle in the trademark name, believe it or not. And like anyone or any multiple ones could have had a problem with it. But whatever. Rather than fight it, we'll call it something else. So Andy says OAD UI is here now. I can see it. Right. Without further ado, Nat, you and me should do this in a little minute.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm not saying a word.
And let Karen announce the news.
I'm so excited. I think this is the most excited I've ever been about OAD in all the time it's been alive, a thing. I'm like literally so excited and so proud of what we've done. Because what happened with, we used to have, like, back in the old days, we used to have deal sheets on, like, they were all on, Google Sheets, and it was all done like that. And then we moved forward in the world, and OAD was born, and that was great. And then we changed again, and we went to having like a live 24-hour feed. So we're always trying to evolve and make sure we're doing everything the best we can for our clients, because
I love it.
I got 20 seconds without him, actually.
Sorry, no, I know I needed to interrupt because I'm just very consciously aware that we all know what OAD is, but nobody's actually said what we're on about. And I don't want anybody new watching this to go, OAD, what they're talking about. She's talking about onlinearbitragedeals.com. So onlinearbitragedeals.com 2.0. Go on. Sorry.
Exactly what I'm talking about. So we're always trying to evolve, because what matters to me is that the clients are happy, and we work very hard to achieve that. So we got feedback to say that there were a few things that clients wanted us to do differently. They wanted more deals. They wanted a wider range of deals, because we've always focused on trying to find the best deals. Mm-hmm. And we've worked really hard to try and find the best deals out of anybody else that sources, and we've worked really hard to do that. But the feedback was, whilst that's great, and we love having all the great deals, usually they're the deals with the most competition and the most issues on them, and all those challenges that you have with great deals, because everybody wants to buy a great deal. And people wanted the opportunity to be able to choose for themselves what sort of deal they were looking for, and not have us decide it for them. So we've got people that want to try, like, when you've got like lower profit and higher sales, and like those sorts of business models, if you like, for OAD, because obviously OAD's evolved a lot in the years, and we were still focusing very much on one type of OA'er. And we were asked consistently, can you please not do that? Can you please focus on everybody else as well? Because there's lots of people that want different sorts of deals. Don't decide for us, let us decide for ourselves. So we took that feedback on board, and we took the feedback on board that people said, we'd rather not have our deals over 24 hours. We don't want our deals like that. It's annoying. I can't get into my sourcing because the deals aren't there when I want to source. We thought it would be amazing. We thought then everyone would get their chance to be first to see a deal. That doesn't matter what time you went to source, there'd be something new for you to see. But in reality, clients didn't like it as much as we thought they would. And so we've listened to that feedback as well. We've listened to everything everyone said. So there's loads of things that different people have said. We'd like you to reward us when we've been with you a long time. We'd like you to, just lots of things. So we've taken all of that feedback on board, and we have, I hope, addressed every single point in OAD 2.0. So now what happens is deals will all arrive within half an hour or so of the deals going live. So there's no more waiting 24 hours. You'll get your deals within half an hour. I can't promise you when they'll drop, and I wouldn't tell you when they'll drop, because we don't know exactly that, because sourcing is a fluid thing, and some days it's really easy and we find deals really quickly, and some days it's really tough and it's much harder for us. So somewhere between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. Monday to Friday, you will get your deals. So you will sit there and you'll get ding, 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 2 minutes later, ding, 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 1 minute later, ding, 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 3 minutes later, ding, ding, ding. And it will literally be like that. And all your deals will arrive in one go. So we've dealt with that.
They're going to come thick and fast within a half-hour window.
Yeah.
In the evening.
That will be phenomenal for people. Certainly, like me, I know some people do their sourcing throughout the day and do this, whereas I'm very time blocky. So for me, I assign X amount of time for sourcing. So, and I know a lot of people do that. So yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. And good news about the ding 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 still. That's my favorite bit of like OAD. I love it.
Yeah, no, there's still a ding 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 that will still happen, but it will happen rapidly and quickly in half an hour, as all your deals arrive in half an hour. So I think clients
You know what I've always noticed, right? OAD, whenever anybody's ever moaned about OAD, I've logged on and I've looked at the deals, and I've been like, without fail, I don't look at the deals. I don't do OA. I don't log in and look from day to day, week to week, or even month to month. But when I hear somebody moaning about it, I'll log in and I'll take a look, because I think is there any validity to this? And I'm not on about tanking listings. That happens across OA. That's OA. That's just how it is on competitive stock. I'm on about just when someone's moaning about it. And without fail, every time I've ever done it, I've looked at the stock and I've been like, if when I was doing OA, I'd have had online arbitrage deals, it would have been the most amazing, epic thing ever. It's like shooting fish in the barrel. I love the deals in there. And I think a lot of it is about managing expectations, right? So people just expect to have a deal sourced for just them on their own, it to have £25 profit in it. It costs £1 to buy and it sells 1,000 a day. That's what they expect. And then the reality of OA is very different. And every time I've ever logged in, I've always been impressed by the deals in there. But what I did notice is that other deal services, when we've looked into them and stuff, what I noticed was they source much poorer quality deals in general. And I'm not speaking for every service out there ever. I'm just talking in general. And yes, I've seen pretty much all of them, or heard from people I trust that have seen them. And they will source a poorer quality deal. But what I couldn't understand is, why aren't people moaning about the fact that these deals from other services are so poor? And that's when it was a penny drop moment for me, when I went, actually, just because, I mean, what was the OAD minimum profit for the last, not for the last few months, Karen, but for like the first year or two? What was the minimum profit that you used to source from?
Used to be £3.
So £3, which I would say that's a good deal. Anything above £3 profit, and I personally wouldn't have sourced anything lower than £3. But when I look at the biggest sellers out there, the vast majority of volume sellers, they are not looking for £3 deals. They're not even interested in like £2.50 deals. They will source at like £1. A massive seller that I know that was speaking once was on about sourcing wholesale deals at like 87 pence profit. And it was a penny drop moment for me when I realized that, look, just because I want to cherry pick my deals and have £3 profit in them, £4 profit in them, £5 profit in them, doesn't mean everybody does. Oftentimes, they are happy with a fast seller that's got a £1 profit. And Luke Dugan, for example, he sources volume, and he always comes on here every week, and he'll be the first one to say, look, I don't care if I can make £1 a unit but sell 100 in a day. I'd be maniac not to do that. Well, OAD 1.0, the previous version of OAD, would have rejected that. So when their team went out and found a deal, they would reject a £1 profit item. They would reject a £2 profit item. But other deal services and bulk sellers and volume sellers would buy £2 profit items all day long, or £1.50 profit items all day long. So what Karen's saying is, look, OAD 2.0 is not going to cherry pick the deals for you. Now, you're still going to aim for the cherry pick deals, aren't you, Karen? But you're not going to reject the bulk deals either. So you're not going to get less deals. The idea is you get more deals, and you'll get the same quality of deals that you get now, but you'll get the stuff that gets rejected by the deal checkers, but other sourcing services would put it on their list. That stuff is going to be in OAD 2.0, but there's a unique way you're going to grade the deals, isn't there, Karen?
Yeah, exactly. Because I still want to make sure the clients who want the deals, the top deals that we've always worked so hard to find for them, and we will continue to work hard to find for them, I want them to be able to find those straight away in their portal, because there's going to be so many more deals. I want them to stand out. So we have now graded all of our deals. They're all color coded, so you can see exactly what grade of deal it is. And we've got star deals, grade A deals, grade B deals, and grade C deals. So instantly in your portal, you can see what deals you've got. So you can see what grades they are. You can toggle on and off all the different grades. So if you're somebody that doesn't want, if you're somebody who likes OAD as it has been in terms of sourcing those top deals, then you just toggle off grade C deals and you won't see them. You know, so you just either whatever way you want to do it, you win. You've got them there if you want them. They're not there if you don't want them. But we're still sourcing, as we always have done, to make sure we include the best deals. So every deal is graded. They're all color coded. It looks beautiful as well as being absolutely brilliant to use. And
brand new design, brand new interface and stuff in it.
Yeah, everything's different. Everything's new. Everything's got toggles. You can toggle the day of the week as well. So you can, if you just want to see today's deals, you can toggle on Tuesday and you'll just see today's deals. And then when you log out, all your filters will go back to normal. So when you log in the next time, you'll see everything again, and then you can just look at whatever it is that you want to look at. So I'm super excited about that, because then we've hit we've done what clients asked in terms of more deals, because you've got more deals, and we've done what clients asked in terms of not exclude deals. We've also done on every deal, we've got a little message for you to tell you what we think of that deal. So there potentially will be a message from the team who are sourcing. So there'll be a message from them that might say, use code XYZ or whatever it is to get your discount. And then there'll be a message from OAD underneath that says this deal's got great profit, or whatever it is that deal has got. So it will give you our opinion of the deal as well. So I'm super, super excited about it. I think it's going to be very different. It is going to be very different. But I think that, for people that love OAD as it was, you've still got everything that you had before, but we've addressed all of those, all that client feedback as well, and built that into it. So the only thing that is not there, if you love the 24-hour drop, then that's the one thing that we haven't kept. Other than that, if you loved OAD, you've got the core of OAD still there, and we're still doing that sourcing at the top for the best deals that we can find. That's always what we do, and our whole team is motivated and driven to find those best deals, because that's what we do. But we're going to include the others as well, so you've got a range of everything that you could possibly need. There is, OAD will literally provide everything you need over Q4 and onwards. So I'm super, super excited about it. I don't think I've ever been as excited about OAD as I am about this, because there's not anything that somebody could say to me that they want that we haven't given them. I just don't think there's anything left that we can do that we've not done in this update.
I love it because let's say, look, if you've got £1,000 to spend on stock, or $1,000 if you're in the US, then you're going to still cherry pick your deals. You just are, because you've not got that much money. You're going to buy the best deals. So you can toggle off all the poorer quality deals, the bulk deals, if you like, that you're not interested in, and you just get the cherry pick deals, just as you always have for OAD. But if you're a seller, they say that's got 10 grand in the bank, and you don't want it in the bank because money in the bank's dead money, you might as well have it in stock because there's some value there. Then now what you could do is you've got enough deals without having to scrounge around elsewhere. You'll have enough deals from the bulk deals. So stuff that would have got rejected before will just be graded. So you'll not think, oh, what is this garbage deal? If you only source things £3 plus, you won't look at a deal that's got £1.50 in it, say, and go, what is this garbage? You'll know, because you'll clearly be able to see within the OAD interface exactly what kind of deal it is, and toggle it off so you don't even have to see them if you don't want to. Love it, love it, love it. We'll have to post some screenshots up with the deals blanked out or whatever later on. So we'll make a post in SWP about it so you can see what it looks like. Because I only saw the color scheme 2 days ago or something like that. And I was like, well, that's different. And it's not what I would have chose, but I really like it. It's really fresh. It's got some pastel kind of vibe going on, and it just really feels fresh and modern. The whole sales page has been kind of redesigned. The interface has been redesigned and moved around with this new functionality. Love it, love it, love it. I think you guys have done a cracking job, Karen and Holly. I know Holly's had a big hand in this, so well done.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm really proud of it. Really proud of it. I don't think there's anything else somebody might come up with an idea that we've not thought of, but honestly, I don't know what else we could do to make any deals that is like any better.
There's always one, Karen. There's always one, and you can't beat yourself up out of it. But yeah, congratulations, Karen, because I know that how much hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that would have gone into it. I didn't know it was live before we went live. I mean, it must have only been live for a few minutes before we went live.
You went live today, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine, because like literally I would have gone on and have a look. So I'm like, when you were talking, I was going to go and have a look, but I thought, no, I better not touch anything just in case I like log us out or something like that. But I absolutely know. I mean, I can totally appreciate it from a seller's point of view. It is something I know that will appeal to sellers where it possibly didn't appeal to previously. People buy different deals for different reasons. There's different levels of sales volume, and being able to have the opportunity for the buyer to discount whether or not they want to purchase it. Yeah, and who can say fairer than that, essentially? I don't think there's many software or services out there where someone sort of holds their hands up and kind of said, look, we didn't get it wrong, but we've really listened to you. And this is where we felt that we needed to make that change. You've gone ahead and done it. So congratulations.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'd like to answer a couple of questions that I've seen come up. The first one is about VAT. Now, I think we do this differently as well, because I don't know, so I don't want to say definitely, because I don't really pay attention to what other services are doing. I'm focused on what we're doing. But we check for all our deals and all the promises that we make in terms of minimums like ROI and profit and all of that. We do that after we have considered VAT for a non-VAT registered seller. So the figures that we put into OAD do not include the VAT, because obviously for those that have got BuyBot Pro, that works out all the figures and the VAT and everything for you within the OAD portal. So we have to put in like the gross figures into OAD so that BuyBot Pro can do that bit for you in the OAD portal. But what we do is every deal when it is sourced, and every team member when they're sourcing deals, they go through and they check whether that we meet our criteria for a non-VAT registered seller. So where other people say, oh, it's £2 profit or £3 profit or £1 profit or whatever it is, that's literally just the gross profit of the deal. Ours is not. Ours has been checked to make sure that once you've paid your VAT on Amazon fees, that you are still, we're still within that, over that minimum that we promise. So that's something else that we do. I don't think we shout about enough or people recognise enough. So that's something else that we do. And Peter's asked whether we can toggle off the VAT. There is no VAT in the deals that are in OAD, Peter, because for exactly that reason. If you've got BuyBot Pro will work it out for you itself based on your BuyBot Pro settings. But the figures that we enter into OAD for that reason don't have VAT.
Can I add something to that? Because I was looking at it earlier when I was looking at the brand new updated OAD. If you've got BuyBot Pro, and let's face it, why haven't you? If you haven't, but if you've got BuyBot Pro integrates directly with OAD. So if you've got your settings, and correct me if I'm wrong, Karen, but if you've got your settings in BuyBot Pro as though you're a VAT registered seller, then OAD pulls those figures through and will alter your ROI, alter your profits and stuff. So if you've got BuyBot Pro and you're a VAT registered seller, you've got VAT registration set up in BuyBot Pro, it will pull all that through to OAD. So you're covered either way. Obviously, if you're a VAT registered seller, you're probably about 8-ish% worse off than a non-VAT registered seller. But like Karen says, we've got to create everything for non-VAT registered sellers, because that's the vast majority. And then you guys that are VAT registered, you go in BuyBot Pro, you set it up like that, and you know what the difference is. But it all pulls that through. So if you're using OAD without BuyBot Pro, you're not going to get the VAT registered numbers. But if you're using BuyBot Pro, if you're using OAD with BuyBot Pro and you're VAT registered, then it will pull the numbers through, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've done it. I've logged in and I'm looking. I can wait. I literally, because everyone's talking about it, and I thought, no, I'm going to do it, and I didn't lose you, so that's fine. Yeah, I love. It's a palette of pastel kind of colours.
Pastel. Pastel is the order of the day, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's fabulous.
I love it too. Yeah, I love it.
Nyari says, I signed up yesterday and love the ding ding. She's talking about
Too.
The ding, 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 ding.
When the imminent drop, it goes ding, ding, ding. You can turn that off though if you don't like the dinging, and you can turn the flashing thing off as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like all that. I like that gamified side of it. I love that.
So what you'll see in your portal for anybody who's watching, any deals that dropped before today. So your last, because obviously we keep 7 days worth of deals for you. So any deals that dropped before today won't be graded because they are from the OAD 1.0. So you'll see that they are just grey with an OAD logo where you've got your grade number. But all the deals from today you'll see are coloured and graded down the left-hand side of each deal.
Ooh.
And you've got star deals and grade A and grade B and grade C.
Well, just looking at mine, I don't want for a full page. I can only see one grade C on there anyway. So, you know,
yeah, we're still focused. We will try and get more of those coming in, but that will be on top of what we already do. So we're already doing. We'll stick to all the things that we normally do for OAD, and these will be.
I mean, obviously, I meant that's good. There's more deals, and there seems to be even more deals, and there are higher quality of level of deals anyway as well. So, yeah, I think it's phenomenal. I love it. I'm going to have
I love it. So I wanted to deal with another question that somebody's asked, and I think a couple of people asked me the same question of how many people get a deal. So our system is built in with a throttling thing that it does it automatically to make sure the deal doesn't go out to too many people. But I want to deal with this generally because I have a bit of an issue with this whole situation because it gives me sleepless nights because, you know, when people source deals and whether you source them from OAD or whether you use software or whether you use a different deal service or whether you use a VA, every deal is open to be found by every OA'er. And often you will find that if a deal appears on one deal sheet, it might appear on another deal sheet. It will appear in software. Other VAs will find it and everything else. So there are no secret deals out there that nobody else can find. There's just not. And I don't want to get down the road of doing a service that like lets you buy out a deal or, you know, stop the competition or anything else. Because for me personally, I just see that as marketing hype, if you like, because I can't make a promise that I'll let you buy out a deal when I've got no control over where else that deal is in the market. I can't do that. And if I had complete control over what happened to that deal, then fine, yeah, I can do that. But I don't.
There are no exclusive deals.
Unless you've got an exclusive distribution contract. There are absolutely, and I you know, I've been selling on Amazon for 5 years, and I think, Karen, you saw the comment I made this week in a group, you know, about with someone saying about deal sharing, because that's I really get a bad bugbear about it, because at the end of the day, and to be perfectly honest, it is OAD that gets mentioned the most. I think it is the most prolific deal service around, and everyone that knows Karen knows it's the way that it's run, and it's run with integrity, and you know, you're always super clear about that, and you can't guarantee anybody that says that there is an exclusive deal that you can do this and you can do that. Some deals get bought more than others. Some have eligibility. Some I might not buy a deal someone else does because I think there's more chance of an IP claim. Yes, of course you have that. Some deals get more saturated than others. But if you are buying a deal from a certain store that has been exposed to the general OA community, that has been, you know, that might have been shared on OAD, that might have been shared on another deal service, that's found by VAs, they're found by manual sourcer, found by tactical arbitrage, found by sourcing software. There's so many different potential elements. It would be immoral to say that it's an exclusive deal, and it's, you know, it's impossible to say that. And the only thing I can back off from the point that I made in the comment that I made this week is I trust Karen 100%. And if Karen says it's shared with 10 people on her service, it's shared with 10 people on her service. Karen can't control other people.
Exactly. And that's my problem with it. And that's why I'm not going to get dragged into OAD saying like, oh, we'll let you buy out the deal for an extra £10 or whatever it is. I'm not going to get dragged into that because I can't put my hand on my heart and say I can make sure that happens. And it's out of my control. And I'm therefore not, I don't want to do it in OAD. I don't want to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've said this, I've been saying this for years. All deals are found by all OA'ers. It's usually OA'ers that buy the stock out, not the customers. I mean, I've no way of knowing that for sure, but generally, like an OA'er might be like, they'll enter how many's in the website left. Oh, there's 14 left. I'll have all 14. Done. Do you know what I mean? It's gone. That's not customers buying out. That's OA'ers buying out. And it's very much like that. So your competition on a good deal is going to be a bunch of OA'ers, however you source it. You're always going to get lucky. There's always going to be those few gems here, there, and everywhere. But it's just the game. It's just a game. But absolutely, I hear you, Karen. You can't say this is your exclusive deal because there's no such thing unless you've got an exclusive deal agreement from a distributor or from a manufacturer. That's just not how OA works. So I agree. It's marketing for it to be anything other than what you say.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to add, actually, I think, the day, because obviously you guys know I create my own bundle listings and things like that. So I create listings from scratch. And I think the funniest thing was when I saw some of my listings appear on OAD, and I was like, you made it. You know you've made it when your listings appear on OAD.
Absolutely.
No, it's absolutely fine. But no, my point is I've created those listings from scratch. I've put the work into I don't put loads of work into Keyword for standard OA listings, and those who have done my advanced course and who will be in part of the Elite Sellers Academy will know what I mean when I talk about that. And but there is an extra level of work that goes into it. But even I can't protect those deals that I've created myself, those listings that I've created myself. I can't protect a certain level of deals. They will always be found. You might get away with certain things, certain brands, certain levels of exclusivity. One thing you can influence, obviously, is what you buy. Making sure you use the right discount codes and things like that. You can have an influence from that point of view, but it's just impossible. And but I just wanted to add that when I saw it pop up, when I see them pop up, and I'm like, okay.
I want to add something before you forget. We were speaking on the phone earlier, Karen, and you mentioned that there was a few people that was struggling yesterday to sign up for whatever reasons. I don't know what it was. I know I spoke to somebody. I said, drop an email to the team and they'll sort you out. But what you did mention to me is that you were going to honor yesterday's suspension safeguard deal for anybody that signs up before midnight tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Because I had so many people messaging. I think something wasn't quite right with the invite only link. I think something went a bit bonkers, or it wasn't doing quite what people were expecting it to do. And some people got signed up and some people didn't. And I got up to date to like 100 PMs about it didn't work and I can't do this and I can't do that. Not literally, but you know what I mean? I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Basically, if you want to get OAD 2.0, the deal was OAD 1.0, so the service that's been running for a couple of years or whatever it is, that contains suspension safeguard that basically gives you professional help with, like, basically hold your hand through the scary and nightmarish process that is suspensions. Karen is up there with the best of them when it comes to understanding suspensions on Amazon, because she runs getunsuspended.com and suspension safeguard that we offer as an upgrade within BuyBot Pro, and it used to come free with OAD 1.0, but that's been taken away for OAD 2.0 unless you buy it before yesterday when it closed. But because of the problems, Karen said she'll honor it till midnight tonight. So if you want to grab OAD 2.0 and see what we're talking about and see how good this stuff is, then you can jump on that and know that you'll get suspension safeguard grandfathered in for the life of your account. So if just to clarify, Nothing's changing for BuyBot Pro, because somebody asked me this. If you're a suspension safeguard customer with BuyBot Pro, then you continue to be one. If you're not, then you continue not to be one. Nothing's changing for BuyBot Pro. But for OAD, if you're a OAD 1.0 customer, so if you're a customer as of yesterday or before with a current account, or an active account, should I say, not a current account, an active account, then you'll get suspension safeguard included and grandfathered in for life until you close your account, if you ever do. If you don't, it continues. But if you want to get suspension safeguard, then you've got to jump in before midnight tonight to have it grandfathered in forever as a bit of a goodwill, leeway, generous bonus type thing just for you guys. So there's still a chance to get suspension safeguard grandfathered in if you order before midnight tonight. But then it goes away and you can only get it direct from suspensonsafeguard.com, is it? Or you can get it from BuyBot Pro. I think Karen's, if you're wondering what Karen's doing, she's trying to get her dog not to go bonkers.
Yeah. No, my dog wasn't going to go bonkers. He's I don't know what he's doing. He's eating a fly, I think. He's doing something weird.
Okay.
And I was trying to stop him without shouting about it on the live.
Fran says, wow, just had a quick look. Looks amazing. Sounds amazing. What an awesome evolution of the service. Purple Love Heart. Excited to get going with it. Nice one, Fran. Do we see any other? I've been trying to keep my hand on all the comments, but do we see any others that we need responding to? Because I'm going to miss some of these.
I think, let me just see if I can.
Karen, I've got one from Karen Wallace. Lovely Karen. Karen's been a good friend to SWP and the crew for a long time. We're missing you and Matt, Karen. We need to see you again soon. Post-COVID, of course. Having had OAD and Bookable VA since time began, the new layout looks awesome. Very clear and colourful. Going to be having a play tomorrow. Love the idea of the grading. Great for diversification. Well done, team OAD, for all your hard work and constant development. Much appreciated. Nice one. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. Ray says we're cosmic sisters. We are, Ray. Yeah.
Ooh. Donna says that was fantastic. I like the idea of getting the deals in a shorter window too. Thumbs up. Nice one.
Yusha says, what do you think about Source Mogul software? Well, if you're comparing it to OAD, then obviously it's very different, because obviously with sourcing software, you still have to filter out all the mismatches. You know, you still have to set certain parameters and things like that. Whereas obviously these deals are already pre-qualified. So in my opinion, and now with the opportunity of having even more leads coming through, that it gives you even more opportunity to use that information to be able to kind of discover your own deals and dig in the right places for those deals, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole extra deals and more deals and stuff, this will all, over the course of this week and into next week, that will grow more, because obviously our team's getting used to the new system. Everything's gone live today and it's new for everybody, our team and everybody else and everyone, you know. So I think over the course of the next few days, you'll see that growing and continuing to evolve as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I assume that the team are still probably mentally, I know it would take me a while, that they're going to mentally have to change gears. Because like you only wanted fifth gear deals before, and it's like, no, now we'll take fourth gear deals as well. But they've got to get their head around it to not. Do you know what I mean? I assume it's going to take them a while to just go out of the rejection zone and going, okay, no, this is actually a bulk deal. It's graded like this. Okay, I'll submit it.
Karen, can I ask? Oh, sorry to interrupt. No, I was going to ask, and I'm not sure if this is. I don't know if this is an answerable question, if that makes sense. But obviously, yeah, I know. Sorry, typical me to ask this type of question. But I wonder if out there someone's thinking it and didn't ask it. So that's why I always like to ask the question. With the new grading of the deals, if you have something that's below a certain level of profit, but has a much higher level of sales than a product may have not had before, and it was discounted because of the level of profit.
Yeah,
if it's a really fast seller, will that still be classed as a higher grade deal, or will that be downgraded because of the profit? Does that make sense?
It'll be downgraded.
It will be, right.
So what we do is we look at the deal and we look at all the metrics of the deal, and we take each grade's got to have minimum requirements on all sectors. So if a deal is 100% ROI, £100 profit, but it's it's only selling 5 a month, say, then that would get a grade C rating because it's only selling 5.
I know, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. But we would still make that a grade C deal because in order to be one of the top deals, it has to meet all the criteria for one of the higher levels. Yeah. So you will find good deals still in grade. So don't assume grade C is just nothing other than rubbish deals, because that's not the case at all. You will find good deals in there that will suit different sorts of people, because everyone's got their own buying criteria. Everyone's got different things that they want. Absolutely. So just because we've graded a grade C does not mean that it's a bad deal. It just means that it will suit a certain type of seller and a certain type of strategy that they've got. So you should make the time to look through all the grades of deals, especially while you're getting used to how we're doing it, because otherwise you're going to miss good deals that are just there because, as I say, you might have great ROI on something, but it's only got £1.20 profit, so it will get downgraded or whatever. But actually, it's selling really fast. There's not many sellers on it, and it's a lot. You could do quite well out of it. So don't just write them off. Don't write them off thinking that it's rubbish. It's not at all.
Don't filter anything until you've seen so many deals that you wouldn't buy. And then you'll know, right, okay, a grade D deal or whatever it is, C deal. Okay, no grade Ds. But if it was me, I wouldn't turn any deal off. I would just let it flow for a couple of weeks. And then you'll know, I only buy these kind of deals anyway. And then you'll be able to play with it then. Yeah. But I wouldn't,
there is gold to be found in the deals that sometimes you don't buy. So I wouldn't turn any deals off if it was down to me, to be perfectly honest. The lead's a lead. And, depending on what type of sourcer you are, it's absolutely possible to be able to, get a lot, especially if there's more deals that are going to be coming from different types of places. But thank you for answering that, Karen. That cleared it up.
And what I want to tell people as well is we have added a loyalty meter. Now, I don't think it's quite working right today, so you might have to wait till tomorrow for it to work right. But we've added a loyalty meter, and what will happen is every month, like if you think of it as a tank, every month there'll be a bit more water in the tank that you stay with us. And when you get to 10 months, we're going to send you a gift. And so we're going to give you a present. And
Karen, I was talking to Ollie about this earlier. In her notes, because I know we all bounce off each other with ideas and stuff. In her notes, those prizes were meant to come a little bit sooner.
What's he up to, eh? Anyway, at the moment, when you've been with us 1 month, you get a gift. When you've been with us 2 years, you get a gift. And when you've been with us 3 years, you get a gift. So, but apparently it might be changing a little bit. We'll see what happens with that over the coming days.
Look at that face.
Thank you very much, and for staying with us and for being with us. And so
it's starting from when you join OAD 2.0. So it's not if you've been 3 years and you're not getting a gold-plated Rolex for your 3-year anniversary OAD starting from 3 years ago. It's starting from today. If you remember now, it starts from now, doesn't it?
Starts for everybody from today. Today is day for everybody.
I was joking about the gold Rolex. They're about 35 grand or something. Of course, it's not going to be that, but it'd be interesting to see what prizes you do get. It's just a nice little extra bonus. Thank you for being loyal, I guess.
Hey, girl, I've got a new tagline for you. Deals mean prizes.
And of course, we will still be doing our super Black Friday deals. Bonus deals. We'll be doing those. We sent out so many. I think last year there wasn't as many as there was the year before. There was still 50 or 60 deals, I think, still went out.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be crazy this year. And it's funny because this kind of links into it. Actually, funnily enough, Matt made this comment earlier, and I was thinking that before I came on live, I watching the news. First time I've watched the news in ages, but it was interesting because I picked up on something that I think will have a big impact and links into OAD. And, how this is going to be the best Q4 ever this year. It was talking about footfall rates for the high street. And I think the impact, we're still about 40% down on pre-corona rates for people going into retail shops. And what that actually means, I think what it's going to translate to for us OA sellers is there's going to be a hell of a lot of deals knocking around this Q4. There is, I think...
make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction, right? I usually Black Friday is kind of when things start to really kick off because people kind of wait, and then a lot of people just do all the spending then. I think retailers are going to be racing more than ever to beat that Black Friday. So I don't think, it's going to be everything. I mean, the sales back when I was a kid started on Boxing Day and like January sales. And then like Amazon and all the Black Friday and stuff, and everybody racing each other has brought them sooner. Now we're getting them way before Christmas. Well, I predict it's going to be way before that. So I think we are in for the most bumper, spectacular, maybe never to be repeated, amazing Q4 you've ever seen in your life, which, shameless plug, means you need the best tools, and OA'd 2.0 is the tool to get for Q4. There you go, Karen. Did you like that?
Definitely is. It definitely is.
Can I go back to the things before my thumb gets like some kind of like white finger or something? If you don't get that from holding it in one place. But Luke says, looks amazing. Can't wait to have a play tomorrow. Andy Henry says, well done. Ray Nation says, well done, Karen Kiss. Sean said, Amazon still got over 20K of my money. Added my limited company bank details again last week. Said 3 to 5 working days, and still says I currently have limited access. So annoying. Seller Central said my payment is due 14th September. I want my payment today, not 14th September. What's going on? Okay. I think it's gone limited, by the way. It's just gone limited. I think it's just gone limited. It's going to be all right, I think.
The only thing I can think of is there's something somewhere in his account, because I think Sean's is the longest verification I've literally ever heard of. So I don't know if there's something not adding up. I don't mean that I don't think Sean's a dodgy person. I don't mean that, but something's not marrying up on the account. So I know that Sean would have looked through this 100 times or whatever, but there's a reason why they're dragging their heels generally with Amazon. They don't do it just to play silly beggars. There's generally something, and I think you'll agree with that, Karen.
Yeah, definitely. There's Amazon are really weird about you having everything perfect set up in your account. So if you've got your residential address in one place and a residential address in the other place, and you've got just one letter typo, or you've got road versus RD, it will send Amazon into a spin. You have to make sure it's literally letter for letter perfect. So you need to make sure your residential address is correct and matches wherever else that is in your account. Your business addresses, you have to make sure, literally go through the whole thing and make sure, go into Seller Central, go up to your settings and look all through your contact information, all that stuff. Make sure it is all perfect, because one little letter out and it can cause havoc. And that's often what causes people issues with ungating as well. And they'll put in a perfect application and not understand why their ungating application won't go through. And it's because there's this tiny little typo thing or something not quite right in their account, and it causes all sorts of drama.
Interesting stuff. Lee says, wow, just seen it. Looks great. What an amazing job you've done. Charlie says, super excited. Simon says it does. I assume he means it looks good. David says, unless it's my own internet speed improved, have you improved server or something? Clicking links goes through very quick.
Good.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Bedo says, hey, hi guys, already seems to give us all we need to make a decision. Keep a graph. What additional benefit would BuyBot Pro give us? Okay, BuyBot Pro, John, will give you such an unfair advantage if you're sourcing without it come Q4, because when those deals start rolling in, BuyBot Pro enables you to analyze them in full within usually about 3 seconds. I always say 7 seconds, but in full within about 3 seconds. So that's the main benefit. There's also the manual sourcing accelerator, which is arguably the best way to source products manually, and a whole bunch of other benefits. But basically, one-click analysis gives you everything you need to know, whether you're eligible to sell it, how fast it's selling, how much competition there are. It shows you the keeper style charts or the Buy Bot Pro historical sales charts, all kinds of stuff with one click. And if once you've used it for a week or two, you'll fall in love and never not want to use it. So yeah, give Buy Bot Pro a shot. I think you'll like it a lot. He says he's got Helium 10 shared keeper and some other stuff. Too many subs. I want to totally rely on this and just go for volume. Do I really need anything else? I would advise you get Buy Bot Pro and Profit Protector Pro and OnlineArbitrageDeals.com and soon to be the formerly known as the D product. Then you'll be a happy chappy. But no, joking aside, I need to skip through some of these.
Yeah, I was going to say very quickly, John. I don't know if you're doing just arbitrage, probably no reason to have Helium 10. I know you were saying it was like a shared account. It is predominantly a private label sellers tool. How I do use it for certain levels of arbitrage, but it's the sort of arbitrage that I do, something that I will be teaching in depth, definitely in the Elite Sellers Academy as well. So you can use it for arbitrage, but not for what you should be using traditional arbitrage for.
Buy Bot Pro is much better.
Yeah,
it's
a completely different tool with completely different things. But for arbitrage, yeah, you should be using Buy Bot Pro, not Helium 10.
Yeah,
I can't wait for Elite Sellers Academy now. I literally am bursting with excitement about that thing. I cannot wait. And I know we're going to chat about it later in the week. And I can't wait for that conversation.
Yeah, we're getting really, really close. We're in beta. We have first session of beta with the test group. And guys, you know, I've received lots of messages this week about, can I join the test group and can I join this? And did I miss it? Was there an announcement? That type of thing. I've done it specifically for a reason with a certain group of people who were on my advanced course because there have been some updates on that. Perfect opportunity for me to go back through some information with them, test all the software, test everything works. It's me kind of killing two birds with one stone, but at the same time testing everything out. So it is a closed beta, but we will be taking it public very soon. And the feedback, you know, everyone seems to be enjoying it so far. So a couple of tweaks I've got to make here, there, and everywhere. And that's mainly about my style of delivering certain things and how I talk too much and, you know, that type of thing. But it's going to be a work in progress as well. So what I want people to know, and I'm not here to, you know, plug it. This is all about Karen tonight. So hopefully she'll allow me, you know, just to quickly mention this is, and we will talk about this more at the time, is when it does come out, it's going to be something that evolves a bit like, you know, any service that any of these guys that have offered. It's not boom, it is what it is. And it gives you kind of, you know, that same thing. This is going to be something that evolves over time. More information is going to be given into it. It's going to be very collaborative with the people that are in the group about what they're learning and how they want to be supported. It's going to be something that's ever going to be growing and evolving and, you know, hopefully supporting people with their Amazon business in a way that kind of hopefully no one else offers.
Yeah. You know, I'd tell you right now, the Elite Sellers Academy is going to hands down be the central hub for the most advanced techniques, strategies, systems, information, support, accountability, mentorship. I know you don't like the word mentorship, Nat, but there's going to be there's going to be
that one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mentorship, coaching, guidance. If you're a serious seller, if you're an elite seller, you're going to want to be a part of that community for sure. But we'll save that for another time because I've still got loads of comments to get through. Luke says, sounds like a great idea. I think he was talking about, it's ages ago now. Luke Pastor says, I think it's on about the presents, the parcels. Ben says, what do the parcels indicate on the color rated bar?
Presents.
Prezzies. Free prezzies. And maybe swag man. And there might be even more swag. So it might not even be 10 months because I've referred Karen lovingly to the notes that her and Holly was talking about a few weeks ago, whenever it was, saying there was going to be some sooner than that.
Go on then, where are we moving it to?
I don't know. Is it 6 months? Was it?
6 months, 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year.
6 months, 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year. That was what was originally talked about, not 10 months. I don't know where that came from. But it's, hey, it's out of my hands. I'm not gonna pile pressure on you in front of all these people to make you feel like you've got to add even more prezzies.
I want to pick up on Andrew's comment, who said he's loving BuyBot Pro, recommending it to all his clients and all his friends. I know Andrew has recently joined the group from a quite prolific kind of US-based kind of group, and didn't really know that there was this kind of community in the UK, which I don't. There's still, still people don't know about us, and how we are just so focused on UK software, UK sourcing, UK side of Amazon, terms of service, everything like that. So welcome, Andrew. Please recommend us.
As well, Andrew, welcome. But you should sign up for an affiliate link if you're doing that, because you can get paid to promote it to your friends and family. So you need to go to the bottom of BuyBot, go to BuyBot Pro sales page, buybotpro.com, go down to the bottom, go to affiliates, sign up for an affiliate account, and then you get paid to promote it, which is even better.
We love our American friends, our brothers and sisters across the pond. We absolutely love you guys here at the Secret Wealth Project. And BuyBot Pro works fully with the US. Profit Protector Pro works fully with the US. Online Arbitrage Deals.com has unique deals for the US. And yeah, basically we love you.
Andrew is a UK seller, UK based, but didn't know about it. Was only, part of the kind of US side of things.
Sorry, I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, from that point of view. So yeah, he's already signed up. He's already signed up for the affiliate. So he's got
Awesome. Farouk says, I have got the beginners package, need help getting gated. Okay. Okay. Can you see any that jump out? I'm going to have to skip through some of them because I think I've got loads.
Welcome to Ben. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah, I think that's just, I haven't seen any. Oh, sorry, Karen, if you've seen them.
Carry on.
No, I was just going to say, I haven't seen any. I know David said, does this mean the number of deals per package we pay? Oh, someone else has commented, so it's disappeared.
No, I saw David's message. He was asking about, does that change the number of deals that we have for each package? Officially, no. We'll keep the minute, like the promised numbers where it is, but we plan to over deliver. Mm-hmm. So our intention is to leave the promise where it is and just over deliver as much as we can.
Was he asking about the two different advanced? I can't remember what they're called. There's two different packages. One for
there's a standard package and there's an accelerated pro plan package.
Yeah.
So obviously there'll always be a difference in how many deals are given to each of the levels that you pay for. Obviously, if you've got an accelerated pro plan, you'll always get a lot more deals than you will on the standard plan. But our idea and our, what we want to do is do the best for all our clients. So there'll always be a difference between, of course there has to be, but we'll try and make sure that we over deliver for everybody. That's the plan.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to try and achieve. I won't achieve it every day and I won't achieve it all the time. But if I achieve it a lot of the time, then I'll be happy.
If you're a pro seller with loads of cash, wanting to put it in stock, then you probably want to get the accelerated plan to just get maximum deals. But if you're not, if you're just like most sellers, then probably the standard package will do. Would that be fair to say, Karen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there's a few little bits. Oh, I see Andrew Milburn. I see you there. There you go. I see your comment now. Yeah, there's a few odd comments that I might have missed. If I have, I'm sorry. I'm just really conscious that it's an hour and 33 minutes. We have now been live, and Nat probably has family to go see, and Karen probably.
Wait! I just need to answer Sean's first question about suspensions because he was the first person to ask a question tonight. Can I have 5 minutes just to answer?
What you can. Go.
Okay. So Sean asked, how can you keep your Amazon account safe from suspensions? Well, the first thing to say is you can't do anything to stop your account potentially being suspended occasionally. Sometimes that might happen, doesn't matter how hard you work at trying to stay within the rules. The sad reality is sometimes that will still happen. So it might happen for verification reasons. It might happen because Amazon want to see your invoices because they're not sure where you're sourcing your products from. It could happen for all sorts of reasons. So just because you get suspended doesn't mean you're going to lose your account at all. But there are still things that you can do to stop that and limit that amount of suspensions. So, and I'm sure Sean probably knows about all of these anyway, but first of all, be really, really careful where you're sourcing from, because you have to be able to provide Amazon with some good, solid invoices or receipts, and retail receipts are okay, but you have to be able to provide them with some good, solid information if they ask where, like they want to check the authenticity of your products. Now, when they want to check authenticity of your products, it doesn't mean that they think your products are fake. It means they want to know where your products are coming from. So they're checking your supply chain with authenticity, suspensions. They're not checking your products. So they want to know where you're getting your products from. So retail receipts are fine, but you need to make sure it doesn't just have a code on the receipt, that it actually has the name of the product, because if you just got a code, then you're going to be in trouble. So you need to make sure it's got the actual name of the product, and make sure that when you get home with your receipt, that you scan it into your computer, because most of these like supermarket receipts and stuff, they fade really badly over time. And potentially you might need to supply a whole year's worth of invoices or receipts. And in a year's time, that's probably going to be a blank piece of paper, which is really not going to serve you well. So you definitely need to scan it into your computer. If Amazon asks for your invoices, make sure you look really, really carefully at the email that you've received, because often they'll want receipts for 365 days of the year. So they'll want a whole year's worth of receipts, and you need to be able to provide that whole year. If you've sent in 50 products and you send them an invoice for 40 products, you're going to make your situation a whole lot worse, because the first thing Amazon think is, well, where did the other 10 come from? Did they fall off the back of a lorry? So you have to make sure that when you send in your invoices, that you send them in for every single product that you've sold for that ASIN in the last year. So don't just be lazy and just find most of them. That really will cause you so much more trouble and get your account in a lot more trouble. So definitely don't do that. What else? I'm exhausting myself going on about that so much.
Just don't do anything naughty.
Yeah, I think, don't be stupid. I've seen people, like if you've got BuyBot Pro, you need to make sure you pay attention to the IP indicator on BuyBot Pro. I've seen a lot of posts of people saying things like, oh, the BuyBot Pro indicators is red. Are you sure I can't get away with it? Well, yes, you might be able to get away with it once or twice, but it's not worth it. It's just not worth your account. There's millions of products for sale on ASIN. There's many ASINs on sale on Amazon. Don't mess with your account. It's just not worth it. If it's red on BuyBot Pro, that means we know for a fact and have seen the documentation to tell us that brand is causing trouble with sellers. And we don't send anything red until we've seen ourselves the documentation. So no one can say, they send us a quick email and say, oh, can you make this brand red because they sent me a nasty letter or something. We don't do it, because whilst we trust all our clients, of course we do, but there are unscrupulous people out there who would try and knock other sellers off a listing. So we make sure that we've seen for ourselves all the documentation that comes with anything that goes red on BuyBot Pro. So if it's red on BuyBot Pro, please don't sell it, please.
I'll add something just quick to that, in that the beauty of Karen being a co-founder of BuyBot Pro is that because she runs Get Unsuspended and Suspension Safeguard, she sees firsthand a lot of the suspensions coming in. So she gets like up to date as of right now, today, like right now, live like feedback on what Amazon are doing, what the brands are doing, like nobody else does. So she's got access to more information in this space than anybody else in the game, outside of probably people that exclusively just deal with that all day long, every day. And that data gets fed straight into the BuyBot Pro kind of system, so that if there's a problem, BuyBot Pro users know about it, boom, like that. So it's not a week's old knowledge, a month's old knowledge. Karen deals with suspensions all the time, or like her team do now, because you've had to recruit, haven't you, Karen?
Yeah.
Literally can't handle the volume on her own because people are getting suspended. People do get suspended. Nothing to do with OAD before you start thinking that. Just as sellers on Amazon, and it's the game. Sorry,
that's a good point, actually, because on OAD, every store that we source from are stores that we think are okay. Now, we can't guarantee it's going to be okay because, at any point Amazon could change who they find acceptable without notifying us. But what we do, you'll find a lot of services will just source from anywhere, and it's entirely up to you to pick out the ones that are good and bad. We've gone through and literally gone through and checked every store that we source from to try and make sure that we believe that they are okay to source from. I say we can't guarantee it, and you need to do your own due diligence. But I don't know another service that even does that. I think generally, that people tend to just put deals on deal sheets from all sorts of places, because I have people getting suspended, and I'm like, where did you get that store from? And they were like, oh, XYZ or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's like, they're including stores that are, potentially not good ones. So
I think that's super important. Just because someone else has got away with it doesn't mean you will.
No, it doesn't mean you will. And, pay attention to those stores. Make sure the stores are real stores. Make sure they're if you need to ask them where they're sourcing their products from, do it. It doesn't matter if you offend them. They might not tell you. But, if you've got, I'm sure if you went and asked Tesco's where they source their products from, they'd tell you the manufacturer. And I'm sure they'd be quite happy to tell you that, because I'm sure that's where Tesco source from. But if you've got some random place, look into where you're sourcing from really, really carefully. Pay attention to it. It matters. It really does.
You're thinking in case that they get like a counterfeit Sonicare head like I did. Do you mean?
Yeah, if they get that, if you sell that on Amazon, quite frankly, it's going to be game over fairly soon, because people give the feedback. It only takes, and this is a good thing and a bad thing about selling on Amazon, it only takes one customer to have the ump about something you've sold, and potentially you're suspended. Now, that's a good thing in terms of if someone's selling counterfeit products, and they should be kicked off Amazon, and they shouldn't be allowed, and quite rightly so. But it's also a bad thing in that a customer can cause you sorts of trouble on your account when actually you've done nothing wrong. So it's good and bad.
It's not a good idea to sell my used as new Sonicare fake.
No. But I get a lot of new sellers making those mistakes, and they'll go out and they'll source at a boot sale, and then they'll sell it as new. And it's like, you can't, and then they get suspended very, very quickly. And so please, especially if you're new, learn what needs to happen. Take the time to really research it before you start selling, because you're gonna lose your count before you've even started if you're gonna buy stuff at boot sales and sell it as new on Amazon. It's game over very quickly.
I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight and joining us and spending your evening with us. We appreciate your attention and your time. We value it greatly. So we're really thankful that you've chose to spend the last hour and 42 minutes with us.
3 minutes. Yeah. Incidentally, it was a record-breaking viewership tonight, because I know you guys can't see the viewers. Yeah, it was a record. At one point we hit. I'm funny about that. I like taking a note of record breaking, and I can always predict the shows that the ones that are going to be busy and the ones that aren't. I think it's to do with the buzz, and obviously tonight I knew that there was a big reveal, and obviously Karen's here as well, so everybody tunes in to see Queen Karen. But
I'm sure it's because I knew Matt was going to sing. I'm sure that's what it was.
You know what? It was very lucky. There was some, for those that joined maybe after the first 5 or so minutes. I think we were very lucky not to lose a lot of viewers tonight. Singing.
What an amazing thing for it to be our first year anniversary as well, for it to be the busiest show ever. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it just amazes me every time, actually. It just amazes me every time, the amount of people that see it and the amount of people that kind of tune in afterwards. And, this is without a doubt that, even if I stop kind of selling. You'd have to kick me off of this essentially, even because I love doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do. And we was even talking about, we booked a holiday for next year, and we've booked a relatively long holiday. And I said to Matt, I don't know if I'd be able to go that long without doing like buy box or anything. I said, I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it while I'm away because it's just too addictive. And I love doing it, definitely.
Where are you going, Nat? Where are you going? Disney?
Oh, yeah, we booked for Florida, but whether or not it will happen, you just keep moving the goalposts, obviously. But we've got Disney timeshare, so we have to use our timeshare in a certain amount of time, which means that we don't normally go for more than just over 2.5 weeks, something like that. But we're going to go for a longer period of time because we have to use it within a certain period. Pardon?
A month?
Close to. So
Disney for a month. Amazing.
Yeah, we're going to be, it's over 3 weeks, I think. So, we're going to be hopefully away for, but who knows? Who knows whether or not it will actually happen? So, rebooked flights, rebook this, rebook that, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Thanks, ladies, for turning up and doing this. I've really enjoyed it, as I always do. Like Nat says, love this live stuff.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been lovely. I've loved being here.
It's definitely, it's been great having you both on. I'm going to have Karen on her own, hopefully again in a few weeks, if she will agree, because I definitely want to talk more about the kind of, as we're going through Q4, the whole kind of keeping safe with suspensions and ungating, and Karen's real area of expertise, which I know so many people appreciate, having that level of knowledge. It's always popular when Karen's on. Luke's on next week, then I might have another special guest after that, or it might be Matt. I don't know. Haven't done
Mark Hawley's going to be on again soon, so that's one to look out for. So I don't know when. We'll have to sort it out. There's no set dates or anything yet, but.
Yeah.
So thanks, Ray. Stephen says great watch. Luke, thanks to you guys. Happy anniversary, says. Thanks, Andrew Milburn. Great to see you, buddy. Cheers, Andy Henry and Simon and everybody else. Luke and Matt next week.
Yeah, next week with Lithuanian Luke. Right. See you later. Good night, everyone.